lot of balance because he's trying to catch himself. I don't want to lead. I want to make it as easy as possible for him. Because if I were to go to gate and I want to do a tight turn,
yeah. Didn't you know that when he came in?
I want him to be able to keep gaining.
I didn't watch him.
I don't want my horse to go to pace or to trot. I want him to keep gaining. As soon as I start leaning into my turn,
I hope we're getting
what does he start to do? He's gonna trot. All right, buddy, walk. I want to train trotting horses that don't trot. I want him to gate. I want to make sure that I stay balanced.
It's a passive female.
Whenever I do turn, it's
or
a
Peruvian
forward
passive,
motion.
one or the other.
I'm going to say go forward into your turn, go forward into your turn, go forward into your turn. All right, let's go forward this way. And the better I sit, the more balanced I am with him, the better he's going to do. So I really have to focus on myself, but I also have to say, I have to tell him, hey, go forward.
That would be my
forward.
guess.
So, another reason we're going to ask him to go forward is that a lot of clinics that I do around the country, we always have one horse at every clinic. It doesn't matter where we go. We have one horse who's kind of out of control. They bring it in, and that horse probably gates really well, but steers the owner. Runs around the arena. She can't get him to walk. She can't get him to stop. One of the first things we do is we get on that horse, and I say go forward. Because what that owner wants to do, because they're a little scared, this isn't their fault. The horse, sometimes those horses get pretty darn out of control, but they're scared, So what I do is I get on, or make Jim get on. They're really crazy. I don't want to get hurt. What we're going to do is we get on that horse. That horse starts getting a little bit out of control. And we say, go forward. I ride him forward. I may even use a cap and say, hey, bring that hind leg underneath you. What I'm going to do is I make sure I see as balanced as I can, so I'm not getting in that horse's way. And as soon as I say go forward, now walk. And I get the rhythm of the walk, and I say, I ride forward, and I start riding the walk, the rhythm of the walk. They start to slow down, and I can start changing that speed. Now, I'm not doing it with my reins. You can see I'm not pulling back on my reins, but if I start slowing my seat down, I can slow this horse to a halt. And now I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to change my position and say, hey, back up. And I'm just doing that by me backing up, as if I'm walking, as if I'm backing up. So that's how we can get these horses to slow down, how to speed up. Riding forward to the bridle. One of the fun things is anybody trail ride here?
Yes.
Think about everybody. That's the best place to be with your horse, right? Out on the trail, seeing it go through the woods. What we do a lot of times to make sure our horses stay with us, because who has a buddy sour horse? Or the horses take off and your horse says, hey, I'm going to catch up. We want to make sure we're in rhythm with the horse. We're riding the horse. If I sit here and I don't ride, if I just sit here like blah, 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 let him go on a loose rein, where is he going to start to go?
Wherever he wants.
He's going to probably go say hi to Jim. Jim gave him a treat this morning, so he's starting to like
Jim. Now he's his best friend.
If I don't ride, I could even have a short rein, we could probably stop. But if I don't ride him, he's not going to be with me. So, as I'm walking off, I'm even going to go on a little bit of a loose rein. I'm going to say, hey, walk forward, walk forward, walk forward, walk forward. If I ride, and I start thinking about his feet, and I'm going to ask him to walk forward a little faster. Don't go to gate. Stinker. Go as fast as I can, and I'm going to slow down. I'm going to go as fast as I can, and I'm going to slow down. Now
it's on a roll. You roll your hip forward.
Because, don't you ever notice, horses are kind of riding each other when they go on the trail. The first horse speeds up, what does the others do following behind them? They start speeding up. They're being a herd. Well, I want to be a herd too. I want to be herded too, so I want to be working with him. So as we're riding around, or as I'm out on the trail, going on the trail, indiscriminately every so often I can be with the group, but I'm going to say, hey, can we slow down so we're not on the butt of that other horse? I'm going to say, okay, let's speed up, let's pass that other horse. All right, let's slow down. All right, let's speed up. I'm doing that by my seat. I'm slowing myself down. I'm slowing my seat down. It's a way to keep with your horse while you're trail riding and still work your horse. Now I can still talk and everything while I'm on the trail, but I really want to ride my horse. Because if I don't ride, if I'm sitting back here, what have I just done to my horse? Where's my horse with the herd? There's no longer a herd of two. He's with those other horses. Because I just said, you take over. You know, when we work horses and when we think of our relationship with our horse, I don't want to be, you know, I want him to be able to look around the ground and find his own way himself. But I want to be the relation to be 51%, 49% of the relationship. Isn't that how marriage kind of works? You know, I want to be 51%. We want that cooperation, but there's somebody's got to be in control. If we do a 50-50 relationship, sometimes he's going to take over, sometimes I'm going to take over. So I want to be 51% of this relationship, and we're going to work around it. So, another way, does anybody want to know how to make a buddy sour horse? I want you to think from the horse's perspective. That horse is way up there, or the group of horses left you. They went to canter. They're way up there. Your horse starts going, you know, I want to get there, I want to get there. So we start pulling back. We start fighting with them. We may even, well, this will kind of lead into our next session, we start disengaging, pull their head around, we run rate stops. Well, when we finally get back to the herd, what do we do?
Yes.
So what is the first thing, from the horse's point of view? Every time those horses get away from me, we're going to get in a fight. We're going to fight. We just went on a boxing match. So, every time I get to the herd, this person behind me relaxes. Stop pulling on my mouth. Where do I want to be? I want to be with the herd.
Yes.
Because one, they weren't riding me in the first place. They weren't going forward. They weren't slowing down. This relationship wasn't even there. I was having a good relationship with those guys up there. And all of a sudden, she's pulling out my mouth. So I got to build that relationship while we're with the herd and say, hey, can we walk forward? Can we pass the herd? Can we trade spots? If anybody's in a really good gated group or in any trail group, you guys can run this together. Why don't you play leapfrog? You know, that's what we do when we go trail riding. Sometimes one person goes forward for a while, another person goes behind. You know, because that's going to get you to ride. You know, it's not so much the horses finding pecking order in the group. It's our relationship that me and the horse is building. You know, I'm saying, hey, can we go up here? Hey, can we go back here? What it's also going to do is build the horse's confidence in you. Because now, you're starting to say, hey, let's go up here. Everything's fine up here. I'm not having to pull on you. You know, let's just go here. Let's just go here. So, have Jim hop on. Another exercise we work on is we're going to start to distinguish the front end from the rear end.
What time is it? Do you want to... Okay, wait.
Well,